Compass. It's finally arrived. We're here. Welcome again to the Cyber Compass. What is the Cyber Compass? Well, one thing, it is a podcast dedicated to anything and all things cybersecurity, and it is brought to you by Cybersecurity IT Consulting LLC. Now, who are they? Well, they would be me. I'm the founder of the company, and I want to show you a quick screen share to show you that we are a Trend Micro reseller and a partner with Trend Micro as a 100% remote managed security services provider. But also, and this is pending on this website, we're going to also reflect that we are partnered with EC Counsel as a reseller. And so, who is EC Counsel? Well, stay tuned on this podcast to find out. But wanted to just quickly show you the website and scrolling up. If you ever need to keep up with the latest in cybersecurity news, I don't have all the websites here, but as you can see on the screen, I have an RSS feed with CISA News. I also have one with Bleeping Computer. Bleeping Computer is the most up to date. And so I recommend that if you come to my website and you're just looking to get updated on the latest news, to go to the Bleeping Computer feed. I have other feeds here scrolling up. I also have a feed from the Hacker News and Miter News and Insights. But again, I must emphasize Bleeping Computer is the best one to keep to really stay up to date with. And so, what are we going to discuss when it comes to uh, the Cyber Compass podcast? Well, one thing, just pulling up my notes. Sorry about that. I just wanted to also mention that the Cyber Compass will be focusing on different key areas that deal with career advice, life work balance, so to speak, and navigating the cybersecurity landscape, along with educating ourselves on how can we best pursue a career in cybersecurity and maintain a current relevance and up to date knowledge of our cybersecurity skills. And also, this is along the same lines, qualifications. What knowledge, what skills, what certifications should you pursue when it comes to pursuing cybersecurity? But if you had a chance to look at my quick hits, and I won't elaborate on those. If you look at quick hit number one, that will elaborate on what a quick hit is. But I did three quick hits this week. And what I want to do on this full episode is I want to elaborate on each of those quick hits that I've done in this episode of the Cyber Compass. And so, quick hit number one, that one, I would like to think of it as life work balance. Now, maybe you're like, wait a minute, isn't it work life balance? Well, yes, that is what you commonly hear. But when it comes to pursuing your career in cybersecurity, it should be life work balance. Because I alluded to this on the first quick hit, you need to prioritize your overall health. Now, I say that not as an expert, not expecting you to take my word for it. I want you to do the research and see if I'm telling the truth myself. But yes, I do recommend that if you're going to pursue cybersecurity as a career, it needs to start with your life. If you're having issues health wise, don't ignore them. Don't push through them. uh, trying to pursue this career. You won't be able to be focused and disciplined, and you're going to feel like a failure if you don't prioritize your overall health. Now, one of the things I touched on or alluded to is mental health. Now, I want to preface my comment by saying I'm not a mental health expert. And so I'm not here to promote myself as a mental health expert. I promote myself as a cybersecurity expert. And even then, I'm mid level, but I'm always learning. So, what do I mean by you should prioritize your overall health or specifically your mental health? Well, listen, you have to understand that, and I want you to verify this with a mental health expert, that your family and friends may mean well. And if what I'm about to say doesn't apply to you, disregard it. But if you're the type of person that just can't get out of bed, if you're the type of person that is just over anxious with a situation, then you need to take a look at getting assessed. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a mental health expert again, but I do recommend that you get assessed by a mental health expert because attention deficit disorder, things of that nature, they will factor into how well you do with cybersecurity. And there is a lot of training, a lot of reading, and a lot of studying in cybersecurity. It is something that you will never ever reach to the top of the mountain. You will always have to read and study and stay current. You won't have to know everything, but you got to know that there's a lot of reading, a lot of studying, and a lot of learning to still be done, regardless of what level you are when it comes to either starting your career, maintaining your career, or excelling in the higher tiers of cybersecurity. So again, focus on that mental health. Make sure that if this applies to you, if there are some problems that you're having personally, don't trust the people that mean well. Don't trust your family and friends unless they're in the mental health field. And I don't say this to try to come between you guys, certainly not the case. I want to make it clear your family and friends, they mean well. And I would like to think that they're good, decent people. You know that more than I do. But I also know that there are varying factors why there is discouragement with pursuing an assessment with mental health. For example, sometimes your family may take pride in being known as strong people. And so they may not mean harm, but they may think that all you just need to do is you just need to get out and fresh air and all that kind of stuff, and it'll go away or get over it or things like that. And they mean well, but you also need to understand, and you know this more than me, that each situation is different, each generation is different. The people that may feel that way may be part of a generation and ethnic group that did not have access to certain um, available treatment and assessment. And so they just had to do the best they can with the resources that they had. But then they grew up thinking that it was normal to do these things. And now, when these things are available, they don't know that they can take advantage of these things, that they can get assessed and treated. They're used to having no access and doing the best that they can. And so they may come to you meaning well. This does not mean that they are bad people, but based on their life experience from that previous generation, they may think that you have to do the same thing, and you don't. You really don't. Get assessed. Ask questions when you're getting assessed. For example, ask a mental health expert: are there stages to mental illness, like there are stages to cancer? And take note of that answer. And I put these out here because these are hints on things that will really help. And so just wanted to elaborate on that a little bit. Again, I'm not a mental health expert. I won't get into the different manipulation tactics and other psychiatric words and terms that are specific to that field. I absolutely defer to the mental health experts and the therapists and the life coaches to give you better guidance. But do not ignore what's going on in your life. I can't say that enough because I'm going to give you advice on other things, training, certifications, how to stay current with cybersecurity, um, all kinds of different things. You won't have the attention span or the focus to get in on this training. And so that's why I say life, work, balance, not work life balance, but life work balance. And so that's just really a recap of what episode one or quick hit number one was about. And so I want to also touch on quick hit number two. Now, that one dealt with showing initiative. And one of the ways you can show initiative is again staying current on cybersecurity news and events. And so, with that being said, I'm going to share my screen again and forgive the latency in doing this. But I want to pull this up and I want to make sure that I get this screen back up. And so, the screen I'm on now is the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, otherwise known as CISA. And so this agency, of course, is dedicated to America's cyber defense. And so, again, staying current, if you click on resources and tools, oh, wait, I'm sorry, wrong thing. But if we're going to go to about, actually, if we go to subscribe, now you're going to notice that you can subscribe to updates. You can find CISA on social media. They do have a presence on LinkedIn, but also if you subscribe to these updates, you're going to get updates on the latest vulnerabilities. And most importantly, if you're starting your career or even if you're in the middle of your career and you need to stay up to date with the current training, then they'll email you that they have events going on. And now there's some training events that is free to the public. Other events are only specific to federal contractors and federal employees. But there's a way to get through that, but that's a discussion for another time. But you want to stay current on the latest news and events. And so this is one way you can. Now, I alluded also to this on my website that you want to also go to websites like Bleeping Computer, which, actually you can go to my website and you can access that feed, or you can absolutely go to the Hacker News and MITRE News and Insights. And the Hacker News has a presence on LinkedIn as well. So by all means, do a search for them, follow their page, and they keep their LinkedIn page and the news stories more up to date than they do with their RSS feeds. Just saying. So you're going to absolutely want to keep up to date. And then MITRE News, of course, going to that website, you can find all kinds of different up-to-date news and articles that stem from all kinds of different things: cybersecurity, homeland security, systems engineering. MITRE plays a very, very big, significant role in uh, you keeping up to date with the latest trends, vulnerabilities, and even breaches, and so on and so forth. So stay up to date. That's what quick hits number two was talking about. So you want to absolutely keep up to date and stay up to date as much as possible. And so wanted to put that out there. And also, just want to throw out there that we're also, it's not gonna always be me that will be doing the podcast. I'm gonna be experimenting with having guest hosts, guest commentators, have interviews with the experts in different various fields, and depending on the topic that we talk about. And so that's all up and coming. But I just want to get started. And so, with that being said, that was Quick Hits number two. That was the wrap up of that and an expansion of that. And so, moving on to Quick Hits number three, that's the continuation of showing initiative. Now, what do I mean by showing initiative? I'm going to give you another example. I'm going to share my screen again and pull this up here. Let's see here. This time I want to show. See, not the news and insights from MITRE.org, but really, I want to share my screen again. I want to show this website, and hopefully, I've shown this screen properly. But this is this website, NICCS. That's the National Initiative for Cybersecurity Careers and Studies. It is within the CISA.gov domain. So this is CISA.gov. This is the government letting you know that there's training for cybersecurity certifications and so on, and showing initiative. There are a lot of certifications out there. There's CompTIA. There's cloud certifications, Azure, AWS, Google Cloud Platform. But now, also, a reason I went to this particular website is that if you look, you will see that there are different organizations and different that and links that you can click on to gain a better understanding of different various certifications and exams and things. And oh, look at that! There's the EC Council. Uh, and so all these that you see here, I'm gonna show you something. If you scroll down to the bottom, you see other unaccredited certifications. Again, other unaccredited. So that means these are accredited certifications by the Department of Defense. Okay, think about that. The pursuing these certifications are will put you in line with the industry framework of the government, of the federal government. Why is that important? Well, if you're trying to break in and work directly for the federal government, then you want to absolutely start the building blocks with these certifications. Now, yes, CompTIA, very useful, but I would say if you have a basic understanding of navigating computers and networking, then you can bypass CompTIA. Yes, I put it out there. You can bypass CompTIA to a certain degree. You would absolutely and unless if you have the work experience to show that you have that basic skill, then yes, you can bypass CompTIA. But I would say EC Council is definitely an organization and their certifications that you want to take a deeper dive into. They're again Department of Defense certified, and I mean accredited rather. And so you can get that certified security analyst. You can get that certified incident handler certification, and then you can up your game with EC Council, certified ethical hacker. Have you heard of that certification before? A lot of you in the industry have. EC Council are the ones behind that certification. So when you're looking at those different job requirements and they require that CEH certification, EC Council, they're the ones behind that. ICISC 2. Now you're familiar with them or should be familiar with them. Pardon me for assuming that you are familiar with them. But if not, then you absolutely want to be familiar with them because they have the Certified Information System Security Professional certification, the CISSP certification. That's the one that you've been seeing on some of these job requirements that you've been looking at, whether it's LinkedIn or Indeed or ZipRecruiter. And so they're the ones, this organization, they're the ones behind this. And as you can see, they are accredited by the Department of Defense. And so I wanted to highlight this website again, the NICCS .cisa.gov website, because it's a great place to go and scroll and get to know it. You know, poke around, see what else you can avail yourselves of. You know, they've got education and training catalog. They've got interactive cybersecurity career map. They also have a federal virtual training environment. And so just different things for different people to get their career started. And so I'll be elaborating more for the sake of time. I won't elaborate on everything because, again, in cybersecurity, there are levels to cybersecurity. There are categories to cybersecurity careers. For example, you have people who do just risk management, and then you have people who do identity and access management, IAM. You have people like myself who do extended detection and response, XDR. Then you have others who do vulnerability assessment or vulnerability management. Those are your pen testers and so on and so forth. And so, with that being said, it's a vast field, and I'm here to navigate as much as possible and to provide this content to you for free as much as possible so that you're not pursuing and putting your time, money, and effort into something that you think will get you closer to a cybersecurity career. And it's nice to have, but it's not exactly what equates to the skills and experience that is out there in the job market. So just wanted to put that out there. That is really a recap of all three of those quick hits. And so, with that being said, um, I'm gonna hold off on the other things that are to come, but we've got many exciting topics to discuss within cybersecurity. It doesn't have to be for geeks and everything and nerds like myself. And cybersecurity is a very interesting field. And whatever you think you know about it, don't dismiss it. Give it a shot. Give this podcast a chance. Absolutely like, comment, and share this if you really like this. And we need subscribers. We need sponsors to keep providing this content to you because we're going to be doing things in a way that guides you in the best field to get into if or category. You may be a person that loves risk assessment or risk management, or like me, I love extended detection and response. I really do. Doesn't mean that wouldn't do vulnerability management as a pen tester, but I really enjoy extended detection and response, identity and access management, another big field. But again, these are just some of the things that are to come in terms of guiding you on the path that you want to be in, or maybe even switch to. But for now, that's it. Stay tuned for next episodes, and they will be coming out on Social Saturday, on LinkedIn, and on YouTube. And so, want to do this as much as possible for you, the internet. And so, in the meantime, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more. And as I always say on LinkedIn, hashtag more to come.